Hello there and welcome back to my boat shed. My name is Panu and I am building this 15 meter or 50 foot liveaboard cruising sailboat from scratch here in sunny, hot Finland. If you've been following my journey, you know that there has been now a little bit of a break. That's because the July has been super hot. It is still 28 degrees Celsius in my tent and it's just too much to work. I just made a little bit of a test with a new Epoxy brand and I'm already sweating and it's just too hot to do anything physical for me at least. Also it has been too hot for using epoxy in big layups like the side beam we have started here. So that has been a little bit unfortunate. Fortunately though, I have been kind of having a little bit time off sailing with my current sailboat over there, doing a little bit of work and planning things. And the plan still now is to have this boat hull being done during this year. So that is the goal. I'm a little bit late for that goal. My original goal was to have everything ready by the summer to start the planking. But there is still quite a bit to do for starting the planking. But yeah, I think this video we're trying to do some small things here and we'll continue from there. Maybe we'll check out the to-do list first. So I did kind of a to-do list before the planking and yeah, as you can see there is quite a lot of things to do and the first ones are over the top and the last ones are here in the bottom. Unfortunately this is in Finnish because it was just kind of a mind map for me. But I can translate you a little bit of the first things that I think we're gonna do in this video. First of all, there is shaping of the stern assembly, finishing that shape for that. Then there is this first side beam we started with to finish that. Then there is a slot for the keel timber to that stern assembly. We'll go take a look at that in just a minute. There is some cleaning to do, of course. And then there is making some oak planks, more oak planks for the ballast keel timbers. So that is something we can start right away. Then there's making the second side beam. The material needs to be sanded and then laminated. Then there is the slot for the keel timber all over. That is almost done. I just need to finish that. Then there is some additional small pieces to be glued into those mast step areas. There are small pieces missing, so I can do that. And I can shape those mast step packings. Then there is the ballast keel timbers. I need to clean up the epoxy from there and glue additional oak. This E means epoxy, so every note that has this E means some glue up to do. So there's plenty of small things and I think we're gonna focus on these. Rest of them is kind of making fiberglass testing, some cleat placements, shaping the stem and stuff like that, and yeah, all kinds of stuff. If you want to have a better look of my to-do list, you can join my Patreon page. For my patrons, I will share a real-time schedule or to-do list what I'm doing. This is basically just for me to kind of remember everything, just taking a look here. So yeah, let's go and see about those now. So if we start here in the front, of course we can now shape this stem piece. So there is these CNC cut slots and the actual shape of the stem is on the bottom of these slots. So we need to plane this in this finished shape and we can do that. And the second thing we can jump right in from here is the slot for the keel timber. So this boat will have a keel timber going from here on the front all the way back there. And as you can see, I have already made a slot here in the front through this packing around the first mast step. I still need to finish those slots here, make a little bit of a shaping to this stem piece here so that it is flat and nice to accept the actual keel timber eventually. So that is something we can start doing right away, or continue doing actually. And then if we go up here in the middle mast step area, You can already see that I have started to make the keel timber slot here as well. It's not finished yet. I need to trim it a little bit more to accept the actual keel timber going here. Here is another thing we need to do. You can see that there is a little bit of a pieces missing from here. This is the shape of the frame, and you can see there is 1 centimeter or maybe a little more missing from here and from there. So we need to add some small pieces here on the top of these to make this whole shape complete. And then we need to shape these as well. I have started the shaping with the middle piece right here, but that this is still not shaped, and of course clean up of all this mess. So that is something we can do. And now when we are here, we can take a look at that ballast keel timbers as well. So I need to clean up the squeeze out of those, and then we're gonna mill some more oak and fill these gaps with more oak, and on the other side as well, obviously. Then let's climb here at the stern. This is the stern assembly. The rider will be riding here. There is a placement for that down below. So we need to finish shaping it. It is mostly in shape, but there is still a little bit taken off from here. So the finished shape should follow this plywood lower edge right here. So maybe a centimeter, half centimeter to centimeter getting off of all this. And you can now see here as well the second thing we need to do here. So the keel timber will come from here, and I want to make a little bit of an extension slot here to be able to laminate the keel timber into this stern assembly for good. Then there is a side beam here. We did this in 2 videos ago, I believe. And there's now 2 layers of boards in here. There's still 3 layers to go. As soon as we get a little bit cooler day, I will try to start that and finish this. And then of course we need to do the other side as well. And for that, all the pieces are here. For those, I need to sand them. So if you remember, I sanded all the surfaces with coarse sandpaper to get a good bond with epoxy, because the plain surface is quite shiny, so to speak. And then for the actual keel timber, all the material for that is in this pile. It's just a rough cut. I still need to make those proper width and thickness and plane them and make scarf joints and stuff. So that's still a bit of work. But I want to get rid of this pile and that pile, because soon I will order the actual planking for the boat, and I just need some space for that, because there's gonna be like 3 kilometers of strip planking stock arriving here when I order them. All right, I got this thing shaped yesterday. I'm pretty happy how it turned out. If I take this batten here and kind of slide it over that thing, it goes pretty smoothly. There's not much variance there. A little bit of low spots here and there. They are so small in this scale that I don't really care. They will be filled with epoxy. And of course the strips that will be on top of this are much thicker than these, so they will kind of form the actual form, and we can adjust the shape then. So I would consider this thing now completed. little bit of a detour here. I went and bought some oak. It's on the trailer back there. Guess you could see it back there. I don't know. Anyway, oak is not really easy to find from Finland. It's most likely just some local lumberyard done a couple of boards, and it was the same thing with this case. It's actually from the same guy who sold me those excellent pine boards where I made the stem from. So yeah, he had a few pieces of oak lying around. I got some of them. They're not perfect. They have some knots and some splits, but it's all right because I only need kind of a short pieces in between the frames for the ballast keel timbers. And yeah, we'll see in just a moment how those look. Now we just drive back to the workshop and see what we got. Mission complete. The oak boards are here. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a split over there. Over here, so there are some knots and other imperfections in there. But if we take a look where they are coming to, so what we are doing with that, we're just basically filling these gaps with some short oak pieces. And if there's some knots or anything kind of other kind of imperfections, it really doesn't matter here. They're all gonna be glued with epoxy and so forth. But now let's jump into the next task, which is something else, I suppose. Okay, Friday evening, well spent. Sun is setting, and yeah, I got the keel slot almost done. There's a couple of details I want to mention to you. Let's go up there. This is the slot for the keel timber. Now this middle section is clean. Now you can see the whole kind of cavity for the keel. There's a couple of things. First of all, I decided to remove this rounding on the lower corner. Let me show you from here. So I did this rounding so that the keel timber will have rounded top eventually. But I decided that I'll remove this rounding for now and do the rounding later for the actual keel timber. Much easier to laminate it there, and I don't need the rounding on the stock. And also this middle mold, it's kind of in here, so it kind of interacts with the rounded part. So when there's no rounding, this should keep the keel timber on its place better. So that's the one thing. I need to remove the roundings from all of those. But for this, I realized that there has been a misalignment or mistake. If I take this very straight piece of plywood, this is actually my skill saw jig. Oops. And we put it over here against these. like so. There's a little bit of a shadow there, but what matters is this right here. So this is the middle frame that is holding the mast step in. And now this straight edge is touching here and touching over there and touching the next ones over there as well. But there is a gap, maybe 5 to 7 millimeters from this frame, and that is not good. That means that this frame is on that way, that 7 millimeters. That is something I really didn't take into account when I was designing this system. These frames flex sideways a little bit. So I did my best to place these as good as possible, but it seems that this middle frame has kind of flexed a little bit in that direction. That is a little bit of a, well, not a bummer maybe, but a thing I need to have taken into account, because it of course affects the shape of the hull in that there. Not very much, but still I probably need to sand off from there a little bit to make the hull shape fair. And then I need also maybe add some material to that side. So it is a little bit this way, so there's a little bit of material missing from the frame over there. So yeah, a little bit of a misalignment. That is unfortunate. I don't think that is too big of a deal though. I'm an amateur builder, and I don't know what kind of tolerances are okay to have. So the CNC cutting these things it's super accurate, but I think it's just natural that I cannot keep that accuracy in all these parts. It's not much. It's like 5 to 7 millimeters maybe, that much. And just like that, it's the next Sunday and we are having the blasting boat build Sunday here in the shed. Kimmo again came to help me a little bit, and I think we're gonna try to laminate the first 2 layers of that beam back there. But first we need to clean up a little bit and prepare everything, sand those pieces a little bit and stuff like that. So it's just gonna be a lot of things to do, and I'll put some time lapse on and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get some things done today. Exciting. Day is in half, we got something to eat and things have been happening here. We got the rest of the stock, almost all the rest of the stock prepared for this side, and now we plan to glue the first 2 layers of the beam in this side as well. That's because I wanted to make sure that the placement here for the beam is on this stem piece as well on the other side, because if we put another one first, this would be filled completely. So we put the first and second layer here, and then we continue with the rest of the layers. 5 layers in total on both sides. And meanwhile I also prepared this over here, so this is now ready to accept the actual keel timber. So yeah, now we'll just start to mix some epoxy, put the first pieces in here and then the second layer in. Now I'll just continue with some time lapses, and Kimmo is waiting over there, keen to start the glue up process for this. what a blast of a day we had with Kimmo. I'm so thankful for him putting so much time and effort for my project. We got the second side, first two layers of the beam laminated. Everything went so smoothly, maybe half of the time, less than half of the time compared when I did that by myself. So that is amazing. It's so much easier with two persons to do things like this. But yeah, that's now in. And Kimmo also sanded all of the pieces for this side. So now all the rest of the layers are ready to go there. Also, as mentioned, I got this stem piece shaped here, so that is ready to go. I will actually do this shaping after the keel timber has been laminated because the shape comes from here. So I'm not touching this just yet. And what else? What else? Yeah, we cleaned up a little bit here, of course. That is also a big help to keep things a little bit organized. And that said, I think it's already enough for this video. It has been a very productive week here in the boat shed. Next week or so, I have quite a lot of work, my paid work. I hope I can do something here to mill some materials, those oak boards or something, because a week from now I am leaving to sail to Atlantic, not over Atlantic, from France to Canary Islands. That is the biggest sail I have done ever, so I'm really looking forward to that. I hope everything goes well. That means that there's a few weeks off from this work, but yeah, I think I deserve it after this year and all the things that have been happening here and all the things that have been happening on my paid work. So taking some time off from everything and getting a little bit of a taste what this lifestyle with this boat eventually can be. And for that, I will end this video right here. Please follow the project by subscribing to the channel. And of course, if you want to support the project, you can check out the Patreon links down below. You can order t-shirts and other stuff from down below. And you can also purchase these headphones. I have affiliate link down below as well. Everything helps me to build this boat, purchase some camera gear and stuff, and allowing me to put some time into editing these videos, of course. So I really appreciate everybody, and this new camera wouldn't be possible without my patrons. So thank you so much for you, and we will see in the next video, hopefully a trip from Atlantic Ocean. See you later. Bye bye.